The breakup with the narcissist is not a normal breakup. It's not a normal heartbreak. It wasn't normal from the get-go. It's not a normal relationship because you're not with a normal person. Okay? Let's get that out the way first. He is not a normal person. Therefore, the entire dynamic of that relationship is abnormal. It's completely pathological, and if you don't get help while you can or get out while you are able to with your sanity intact, many people they've ended up in institutions. They become institutionalized because their brain functionality has been so defecated on by this narcissist that it's changed the entire neurological pathways, it's changed the shape of their brain, it's changed their cognitive processing, it's changed the way they see the world, the way they perceive reality. And this is absolutely deranged, it's wild, it's incredibly dangerous, and it's not something that you want to have affect you long term. So this heartbreak or breakup with the narc is a very abnormal heartbreak. Firstly, whether they've discarded you or whether you've discarded them or they've discarded you, there's going to be an immense amount of anxiety. There's going to be an immense amount of numbing. You won't be able to feel anything for a very long time. Sometimes the aftermath of the psychological abuse can last to 6 months up to a year, sometimes even longer. So long as you uphold the shared fantasy space, the simulator which he created for the both of you to enter into when you engaged in this relationship and started it. He started this and you entered into it with him. The damage has been unfolding you. It's been unraveling you from the beginning. So in order to recover and recuperate, you're going to have to firstly accept that you need to exit this shared reality. You need to step out of the simulator. Many people break up with him or he breaks up with them, but they're still sitting in the simulator by themselves, still ruminating over all the memories of what this person did and how they were with them and how much they loved them. Even though those people were completely fake, the narcissist was completely fake in the entire relationship. The person is still clinging on to that hope that person that they were in the beginning will once again arrive and return. It will never happen. That was a mask. The mask has fallen. That person will never return. They might fake returning when they're hoovering you to claim that they've changed and they've fixed their ways and mended their ways and they're reformed and they've been to rehab and they are no longer addicted to porn and substances and whatever it is that they were addicted to. They will come to you and say they're sorry, but it's a fake apology. They will try every trick in the book to get you back. But please understand that this person will not change, and you're way better off. If you've already gotten rid of them from your life or they've discarded you, you're better off apart forever without any hope of them ever coming back. So first of all, you need to switch off the simulator, look for the power button, power it off, then jump out of the simulator. I want you to do this in your mind, okay? Maybe I should do a guided meditation for this. Letting go of the narcissistic hold on you. Way after the breakup, way after the discard. Some people are still sitting in that simulator, hoping he'll come and sit back next to them. It's not going to happen in most cases. Or if it does happen, it's just going to repeat the cycle where he's going to discard you again. So yeah, it's not a normal heartbreak. You've got to get out of the fantasy world. It's more like you're breaking a spell. He's cast a spell over you, using all of your hormones and your endorphins and the chemicals in your blood to hook you. Your cortisol, your dopamine. He's using all of those feel-good chemicals to ensnare you. And this magic that he has woven on you was done very artfully and craftily, using the best of words, the choicest of movements, the most dream-like deeds of buying you flowers and love-bombing you in the way that you know you love the most. Of course, he's sussed out this information quite early on in order to know how to approach you. But he's cast a spell over you, and that is how you're under this umbrella of delusion, okay? But it's actually a dark gray cloud. And the second thing it's like exorcising a demon. Okay, please refer to my video on narcissism and demonic possession. But yes, You will have to let go of the ghosts of old. You will have to let go of what you believed you guys were, which you are not. He was not in it with you. You were in his simulation. He was not in your real world. So remember that it is going to be like you're exercising a demon. Your demons and his demons merge together in this unholy union, and now you guys are separated, or you're about to separate, but you need to cut off those emotional and spiritual ties. The ties that bind you together and keep you hooked. The ties that keep you addicted to him. The ties that make it seem like the early him will return and he'll be that person you first met once again, and all the abuse will disappear. It won't. It will continue to repeat in a cyclical fashion. You need to cut off and sever the ties emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in every possible way. This is how you can destroy the shared fantasy. Firstly, you have to accept it was a fantasy. You have to accept you were sitting in a simulator. You have to accept that he was in crazy land. You have to accept your weakness that you bought into his game because of whatever weakness you have, and that you played it with him for a while. You have to accept all of that. And that because of this submission of yours, you have lost some self-respect along the way, because it is not healthy for you to submit to a crazy person and serve them in the way that you have been, to uphold this illusionary world, this castle in the sky, just to make them happy. It's like telling a sick, mentally ill person who tells you that they're living on a cloud. You're like, yes, you're living on a cloud. That's the only way that they can find solace in chatting to you. If you tell them, no, you're actually sitting on a park bench, they will hate your guts. So it's very important that you destroy this shared fantasy and you come back into the real world where people are, and not mentally ill, mentally compromised and deluded. This is not going to be easy for you. Again, this is not a normal heartbreak. The claws of psychological abuse dig deep into your psyche, go way beyond the subconscious. To heal all of that and dig deep to get all of that out will take a lot of time and self-reflection and work. Sometimes people just expect time to heal it. Time does not heal it. You need to focus on those wounds. You need to focus on the trust that was lost. You need to focus on the parts of yourself that you sacrificed to uphold this illusion. You need to focus on all the things that you don't like focusing on in order to fix this. It's the ugly work that gives you the beauty of healing and the ability to have a true relationship after that will enable you to pair bond without the hang-ups that you experienced through this relationship. Now, because it's not a normal heartbreak, you will find that you react very abnormally to this person. Throughout the relationship, in the love bombing stage, it would possibly be okay. Then through the devaluing and discarding stage, you will be very, very anxious. Even someone who is regulated in their emotions, someone who is confident, has high self-esteem. I know I was at the start of my relationship. I had no issues because I coach people in this. I did not expect to be left, and I've never ever been goo-goo gaga over a guy. But for some reason, towards the middle and end of my marriage, I was super clingy. And this came as a shock to me, like, why? Geez, who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, I'm not clingy. Why am I so clingy with him? I'm not a pushover or a people pleaser or a doormat, but how come I'm becoming all those things in this marriage? This marriage is transforming me into a person that I don't want to be. I don't like the effect that this marriage is having on me. And, you know, all of these thoughts used to constantly go through me, like, why am I simping like this? It was horrible. It took a real blow to my ego, to my self-esteem, to my persona, to my identity, to my psyche, my emotions, my heart, everything. My self-esteem, my confidence, everything took a blow. So no one is immune to this, okay? No matter how smart you are, no matter how savvy you are and how well you can read men and understand men and men talk. It doesn't matter. If you have a vulnerability or a childhood wound or a trauma or an attachment style that is, you know, borderline or anxious or somehow flips out, they will, even if you don't have all that, they have this disease like a virus that will infect you so that you do conjure up these feelings from nowhere. Even if it's totally uncharacteristic of you and you know yourself. If you're a secure attachment person like I was, he will undo all of that good work. All of the stuff that it took you to get there. like you did all this hard work to climb up this mountain, and then he found a steep cliff to just throw you over. That's what's going to happen in every possible way. You will have unusual reactions to small things. You will acquire his mental illness in small leaps and bounds. But generally, you become an extension of him. So whatever illness he's going through, he's going to project it on you, and he's going to insert it. That sounds horrible. He's going to infiltrate your defenses. And he's going to make you crazy, basically. He's going to make you as crazy as he is. He's going to ensure that all of your worst insecurities, traumas, whatever you have that came up from your childhood, whatever you fear the most, whatever you don't want to feel, you will start feeling and doing all of those things and start acting out in very odd ways that you have never, ever known yourself to ever act out in. So, yeah, if you stay with a narcissist, then prepare yourself for all that good stuff. If you're on your way out, then please gear up for all of the onslaught that you're going to be facing, because this is not going to be a simple breakup. It's not where, oh, he broke my heart, what an asshole, I'm gonna go watch some Legally Blonde and eat some popcorn and chocolate and ice cream, and I'm going to just, numb out, and then I'll be over it. It doesn't work like that here. There's a lot of very deep subconscious abuse that has passed all of your boundaries, all of your internal firewalls. It has gone past it. He's like a hacker that can have the access codes to you, because he learns them as he gets to know you, and then he hacks each boundary inside of you until you have absolutely nothing protecting your inner self, and he then sabotages you and infects you with a virus. The virus is his mental illness or his demons. They come and, God forbid, they even possess you. But this could happen. That is how they drive. They're insane, they have mental illness, and they end up driving their partners insane with them. Okay, so that is the payoff that you get from sharing in this deluded man's fantasy and illusion. So it's best to snap out of it. I know it's easier said than done, but as quickly as possibly as you can manage to come out of it. Get as much help as you can from therapists, from coaches. Watch my channel, watch other channels. Whatever information you can get out there, use it, utilize it, and figure out how you're going to protect yourself, your psyche, your mind, your brain, your cognitive thoughts, your connection to reality. You have to protect all of that. Otherwise, you will leave this world. You may be here in body, but you have gone. We don't want to lose you. So please focus on finding the strength to maintain your hold on reality, to set up those healthy boundaries and make sure he does not transgress them and not be a pushover, and allow him into your sacred inner world to shit all over it, basically. Okay. All my strength to you, my loves. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.